What to do if your wife wants a divorce. Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. And today I wanted to talk about the topic of what to do if your wife wants a divorce. First of all, I want to say that if you are in this situation, I'm very sorry. I empathize with you. This is not an easy situation to be in, but I want you to know that you are not alone. This is actually something that we see all the time. It's a very common thing. A lot of the times in life, we get stuck in the routine of things, we get stuck in the monotony of life, and our relationship takes a back seat. And it's not necessarily that you intentionally put the relationship in the back seat, but it just happened. So, first and foremost, I want you to have some compassion for yourself, because I am sure this is not something that you did on purpose. But number two, I also want you to take a minute and commend yourself for clicking on this video, because that tells me that you want to fight for this marriage, that you want your wife back. So without further ado, I wanted to give you a list of things to do if your wife wants a divorce. Let's get right into it. Number one, self-awareness. Self-awareness is so important, not only for you as an individual, but for your relationship. Self-awareness is the process of getting to know yourself, understanding yourself on a mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual level. If you do not know yourself, how is it possible for you to be able to relate or to get to know somebody else on a deeper level? And believe me, self-awareness is not an easy thing. It's not something that comes overnight. If you need help with self-awareness, if there are questions you may have about how you can start that process, please make sure you click the private video that I have below on self-awareness. I will show you how to start the process with some steps that make it easy for you to start to really get to know your inner workings, how you work emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. But you have to make sure that this is a priority for you, especially if you are trying to save the marriage, because you have to understand what the root of the issue is. And in order to do that, you have to have that self-awareness. Number two, communication. Communication is so important. You have to be able to listen to your partner, to hear what they're saying, and vice versa. It is so important to keep the lines of communication open. And if you are in a situation in which your wife wants a divorce, then it is most likely that there has been a breakdown in communication. And if you feel like every time you try to communicate with your spouse, with your wife, it ends up being in an argument, then you have to change the dynamic of the conversation. You have to change the way you approach the conversation. So maybe it's not necessarily sitting down and having a conversation with your wife. Maybe it's you sitting down and writing clear and concise points, questions, expectations, things that you feel that you need out of the marriage, and also allowing your spouse to express to you the things that they need in the marriage as well. A very effective tool that you can use is reflective listening. And reflective listening is basically understanding the concepts and the ideas that your partner is saying to you, and then repeating those concepts and ideas back for confirmation of understanding. This will make your spouse, your wife, feel as if they are heard, that you are listening to them, and will help to open those lines of communication. Number three, accountability. It is so important to take accountability for your actions in the marriage, just as you would expect your partner to take accountability and responsibility for their actions in the marriage as well. But in order to get anywhere, you have to be able to take account for yourself. What are the things that happened in the marriage? What are the things that you did that may have caused you to get to a place where your wife is wanting a divorce? And again, that is linked to self-awareness, really understanding the root of the issue and asking yourself the hard questions. Let the ego go. An apology goes a really, really long way. But in order to apologize, you have to take accountability and responsibility. Number 4, apologize. Now, I don't mean, just say, I'm sorry, because I can guarantee you that through the process of the erosion of the marriage, you probably said, I'm sorry more times than your partner can count. When I say I'm sorry or apologize, it has to come from a genuine and authentic place. And that sorry has to be followed up by action, because at this point, those words are empty. They don't carry any weight for your partner. So if you are going to apologize, make sure you are apologizing for something specific, be concise, and be consistent after that apology. 5, patience. Patience is going to be something that is absolutely necessary through this process. And as difficult as it may be, because you guys have probably been going through the ringer for quite some time, you are going to have to exercise patience. If your wife is wanting a divorce, that means she is probably at the point where she is angry, she is frustrated, she has resentments, and she's fed up. So there's going to be heightened emotions. There's going to be periods of time where there are arguments and she's upset and she's yelling. You have to give her that space. You have to allow her to express herself in that way. And in order to do that, you are going to have to exercise patience. 6, consistency. Being consistent will help to rebuild the trust and the foundation of the relationship. So if you are an individual who has a tendency of maybe not following through with their word, you have to make the conscious decision that you are going to follow through with your word and you are going to be consistent throughout the entire process. So for example, if you tell your wife that you are going to be home at 6 o'clock, then you need to be home at 6 o'clock. If you tell your wife that you're going to go pick up the kids from school today, you need to pick up the kids from school today. Your actions and your words have a lot more weight in this situation than you may have thought they had before. So being consistent will help to rebuild that trust and help to refortify that foundation so that your wife feels more at ease, more comfortable, more authentic, and able to move past some of those emotional boundaries that she may have. If you feel like you relate to this content, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Anything in regards to you relating to the video or any questions that you guys may have, I would love to hear from you guys. So please, please, please comment down below. If you feel like you need a little bit more clarification, or if you want to dive a little bit further, please make sure to visit us on our website at happilycommitted.com, where we have multiple articles and blogs on this topic and several other topics. You can also book a one-on-one coaching session with myself or any of the other coaches. My name is Danny. I am your life and relationship coach. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy, and I hope to see you guys soon.